Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So before we get into this video, they're doing like construction right outside my window. I shut the window and everything, but I don't know if you can hear it, so if you do, I apologize, but I really needed to get this video filmed. So why? I swear they're always doing construction like when I need to film, and I'm like, also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a like as it really supports me. And I know what videos you guys want to see more of and if you enjoy it. So, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing my acne story. I'm going to be telling you like my whole journey from like acne to like where I am now. And then I'm going to kind of split it into parts. So the first part of the video, I'm just going to tell you like my acne story and just like my literal journey, and then towards the end of the video I'm going to tell you guys all the tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my journey and things that really helped me. I do want to disclaim that like what works for me may not work for you. I'm just going to share the things that I tried, because I had tried so many different things, because acne is so individual. Like something that may fix my skin would make yours worse. So it's all about trial and error. I literally tried everything until I found the things that work. So I'm going to give you the things that help me, and you can try them and see if they work for you too. I also thought it would be fitting if I didn't wear makeup for this video. So I'm just going to come a bit closer. So this is my skin with no makeup on, just all natural. I actually don't touch wood. I always say this and then I get pimples, but right now I don't have any active pimples. As you can see, I have a bit of scarring up on my forehead and, you know, a couple little scars around there. But yeah, right now my skin is the best it's been in a really long time, and I'm so proud of it. This was all natural and I'm very happy. So I'm gonna start by kind of explaining, yeah, my acne story. So I think this would be, it started probably in year 9, maybe a bit, no, even before then, I think year 8. You know, you're going through hormonal changes, you're a teenager. I never really looked after my skin at all. Like I didn't even wash my face. I would just like splash some water, which right now like gives me anxiety. So yeah, I like wasn't washing my face or doing anything for skincare. I was eating like whatever I wanted, and then I started getting breakouts because, yeah, the hormones, as well as like not washing my face or doing anything. For me, I never got that sort of like jaw cystic acne. Mine were just like big red pimples, so they weren't like a lot of little bumps, they were just like giant big ones. I am going to insert some photos so you can see what it was. I don't have a lot of photos from back in like year 8 because I wore a full face of makeup. So that's the other thing, the whole of year 8 I would wear a full face of makeup every single day. I'm talking foundation, contour, smoky eye, like for school. I don't know what I was thinking. I obviously was really bored. I stopped exercising then, so I literally just like decided to go full glam to go to school. So that definitely ruined my skin, because when I first started wearing the makeup, I didn't even have pimples. And then wearing all that makeup definitely also made it worse. I started getting those pimples towards the end of year 8. They were mostly around my forehead and like around my nose and mouth. I kind of get it in the T-zone because I'm naturally like have quite oily skin. So yeah, mine were more just like big red sore pimples. So I started getting them, and I was going through like a lot in year 8. I mean, not a lot because like you're so young and you don't even know what's coming, but I mean, I had my braces, I like wasn't exercising, so I kind of felt pretty crappy just about how I looked. And I remember one time I was going back home from the dentist, because you know when the dentist tricks you and says like you're gonna get your braces off, and then like they don't take them off. So I thought I was getting them off, and then he was like, no, sorry, we're gonna have to do another like month or whatever. And I like sat in the car with my mom and I was like crying, and I had all my pimply skin and my braces, and I was like, I feel so like shit and ugly. I just like, I feel terrible about myself. Side note, that's also in that car trip was when I convinced my mom to get a belly button piercing, because I was like, I'm so ugly, can I have a belly button piercing? I convinced her for like 6 months, and then I finally got it. But anyway, so yeah, she was like, okay, we'll go to the doctor and like tell them about your skin and, you know, see what happened. So we booked in just to the like local GP, and I went in and like told them, you know, they could see. I was like, I have all these pimples, I don't know what to do. Also, side note, before I went to the doctor, I literally tried nothing natural. Actually, I think I took a hair, skin and nails tablets, like, you know, those ones, and obviously that did nothing. But yeah, I tried nothing naturally. I just went straight to the doctor and was like, hey, what pill can I take? So they talked about Roaccutane, but the GP that I went to was like, do not touch Roaccutane with a 10-foot pole. It has so many side effects. It is an antibiotic, so it is extremely strong. We don't know the long-term side effects of Roaccutane, so you shouldn't take that. And I was like, okay, like, won't do that. What else can I have? So the doctor was like, why don't you go on the pill? So also, the pill is messed up my life, like just in so many aspects, but I'm gonna get into that in another video, like talking about my hormonal journey. Also, I apologize if the camera keeps like moving, because my camera keeps like dying and then I'm charging it for like 5 minutes and then coming back on and talking. So if it's like slightly moving up and down, that is why. I'm sorry. So they suggested the pill and I was like, oh, I don't know, like all I knew was that it makes you gain weight, and I was like, I don't want to gain weight. So I was like, I don't know, like, do I really need to go on the pill? Like, I wasn't having sex, you know, TMI, but I was like, I don't know, like, should I actually go on? And the doctor was like, yeah, it'll like, you know, regulate your cycles, it'll get rid of your acne. It was all these positive things. I was like, hey, may as well. So I hopped on the pill, and after about 6 months, my skin cleared up completely. Like, my skin was amazing. Like, I could wear makeup to bed. I didn't wash my face still through all of this, and I did not get one single pimple. My skin was like so clear. Like, I thought I was on top of the world. I was like, everyone else was getting breakouts. I'm like, look at me, my skin is just clear as hell. Also, keep in mind that I still was wearing makeup, so I mean, the clear skin, I didn't even, it's not like, oh, I got clear skin and I stopped wearing makeup. So also during this time of being on the pill, I started like eating healthy and went like through my health journey with like some ups and downs, which again, I will talk about in a separate video. But I decided after about a year, so this was at the end of year 10, like before I dropped out of school, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get off the pill, like my skin's really good, like I don't want to be on this anymore. I did a lot of research into it about how it's like synthetic hormones, how when you bleed on the pill, it's just a withdrawal bleed, like it's not actually your body like menstruating, it's just like fake. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be taking this anymore. Coming off the pill, like one of the biggest things I noticed was the pill gave me extreme anxiety, like severe. And I also think it caused a bunch of other like mental health sort of issues, but again, we'll talk about that separately, all about the pill. But yeah, the biggest thing I noticed when coming off was my anxiety like went from like 1,000 to like a bit more like to quite like a significant amount less. Obviously it didn't cure it, but it made the biggest difference. And I didn't even realize that like when I was on the pill, it made me more anxious. I thought that was me because I was on it for like over a year, and when I went off, I was like, that pill made me psycho. It literally did. My moods were like nuts, which again, because it's putting synthetic hormones, of course it is. I know some people don't get side effects, but for me, definitely mentally, I didn't get any like physical side effects. I didn't gain weight, didn't get any boobs, which is like sad. Anyway, I went off the pill and my skin didn't get like, I didn't get any pimples. My skin stayed super clear for about 6 months after. So this is like towards the beginning of year 11, or what would have been year 11, but I dropped out. So yeah, my skin was amazing for like 6 months after. I was like, look at me go. I thought it was because I started like eating healthy and like exercising and like completely changed my diet, started doing a skincare routine like as I came off the pill. So I thought, yeah, obviously it's that. And then about 6 months off the pill, also keep in mind, I didn't get my period back. I still haven't got my period back from the pill, but we will go into this more in depth. But yeah, 6 months later and my skin started to break out, and I was like, are you serious? I'll insert some photos. I do have photos from this time. And I was just like so annoyed. I was like, okay, I'm doing everything right, I'm eating healthy, I'm exercising, and my skin still breaks out. Keep in mind though, the way it broke out then was not nearly as bad as like before, back in year 8, when I had those like cystic giant like pussy pimples, like so painful. They weren't as bad as that, but I mean, it was still pretty severe breakout. So I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So I saw a naturopath, and I saw her for a few months. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that naturopath experience. I don't think I got, like, I got a lot out of it, but it wasn't what I expected. But anyway, so she was helping me like get my skin better. So before I even saw her, the first thing I did was cut out dairy and gluten. So I was desperate, and I was like, I'm gonna try whatever. I did a lot of research, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do an elimination diet, take both of them out, and see if it makes a difference. And then if it doesn't, I'll reintroduce it. It's like a massive change for me, getting rid of all that. I literally had to go through my cupboard and like get rid of everything, but that made the biggest difference above anything else. Cutting out gluten and dairy, specifically dairy, honestly changed my skin. Like, you guys know I always talk about it now. If I have dairy in large quantities, or like even just like a yogurt sometimes, it just depends, like, but if I have dairy, my skin breaks out. Like, it's just, it triggers some people's acne and others it doesn't. So it's so individual, but yeah, for me, that was just like a massive trigger. I will go in depth about like what I did in a little bit, but yeah, so basically I implemented all of these really specific changes and cleaned up my diet and lifestyle even more to target the acne. And yeah, about a couple months later, it's significantly reduced, and yeah, this is where I'm at now. So that's kind of the journey I went. It started to re-break out after I got off the pill, and then I had to like clear it up naturally. So this time around, I've cleared it completely naturally, although I do still get breakouts, because I mean, it's super normal with this sort of age and just life, you know, stress. There's a lot of different triggers for my acne, and it's about kind of acknowledging your triggers and trying to manage them, because there is no cure for acne. There isn't like a one size fits all. It's just about managing it and like doing what you can to keep it under control. So I'm gonna move on to the part where I talk about the things that I implemented that really helped for me. My phone. I'm gonna start off the beginning with diet wise. Like I said, removing gluten and dairy made such a difference. So the dairy with my acne, I noticed the biggest difference. It seriously is like the main thing that's cleared up my skin. I noticed that every time I reintroduce it, I break out, and they're like, there's nothing else to pinpoint it to. So for this time being, I don't consume dairy unless, you know, I'm out to eat. I'll have some feta, I'll have a Greek yogurt occasionally. Not saying that dairy is unhealthy, it just breaks me out. So in the future, like, you know, when I'm out of my hormonal sort of stage, or when it stops breaking me out, I'm definitely gonna eat it, because I love yogurt and cheese. It just doesn't love me. And also I notice I sometimes get back pimples, not like severely, but I'll get like a few. I notice when I have dairy that they come back. For most of the time, like, I don't have any, but if I have dairy, I'll get them. So another thing that helped was getting a really good skincare routine. So not overdoing it, but not underdoing it. So it's about getting a really good balance and trying different brands and products that work for you. So I'm not going to go too much into it, because the next video you're going to see is my skincare routine. So I'm going to go in depth of my morning and my nighttime skincare routine, and show you guys what I've used to like help clear my acne and try like keep it away. So I use a mix of natural and like not natural products. Again, in the future, I'd love to switch to all natural, but I found what works for me at this point, so I'm going to stick with it. I do use some natural things, but like the main chunk of it is like a clinical skincare range. But yeah, it works for me, and I will switch over in the future when I know that my skin is in a really good place, but it's too fragile right now. Like, sometimes I'll try a new product and it breaks me out. So when you find something that works for you, stick with it. don't underwash and don't overwash. That's my like main advice. Also, another big one with like skincare is washing your face after the gym. Or like after you exercise. So I was only washing my face and doing skincare at nighttime. So in the morning I was just having a shower and like wetting my face. But as soon as I started doing a morning skincare routine, like toning, washing, moisturizing, all of that, as soon as I started doing that in the morning as well, it like changed my skin. So as soon as you've like, if you've worked out, after you've sweated, make sure to wash your face properly, especially up there. I noticed if I don't wash my face after the gym, I get pimples around my hairline where like a lot of sweat is. And also don't exercise in makeup. So obviously that is horrible. You're gonna block up your pores, block your skin up, and it's not gonna be a good time. Another big one is makeup. So switching from really thick chemical filled foundations to like a mineral powder foundation, and kind of just switching out your makeup to like lighter natural products can really help your skin. If you want to wear makeup every day, try and do a couple days makeup free. I like stopped wearing makeup pretty much completely because I was just like so sick of it, and I was like, I'm just gonna embrace my natural skin. It makes my skin better when I don't wear makeup, and when I do, I try to make it like natural, at least natural for the thing that's gonna be going like on my skin. So I'm using like a natural mineral powder foundation, and I notice it doesn't break me out compared to like a normal thick chemical foundation. Another big one for me was supplements. So zinc is amazing. I highly recommend you take zinc if you do struggle with acne. So when my skin is really bad, and when it was really bad, I was taking 2 zinc tablets per day. I'll actually grab it and show you. But yeah, zinc is a really great one. Also, you could take magnesium. I love magnesium for everything, but that can also really help your skin. But again, zinc was a game changer for me. So I take the Bioceuticals Zinc Sustain. So I'm taking 1 a day currently, but when my skin is really bad, like when it's flaring up, I will start taking 2 per day, because a lot of people, most people actually, are deficient in zinc. So taking this, even if you get zinc in your diet, just taking a supplement too, yeah, that really made a difference to my skin. Another big one was not touching my face or like picking at my pimples. So I'm still guilty of picking at pimples, but try not to touch your face like with dirty hands, because you're spreading like a lot of germs on the skin. And if you are gonna pop a pimple, sometimes I do, if it's like a whitehead, I make sure my face is all washed, my hands are clean, and I just lightly like press the top. You don't want to pop the pimple so that it bleeds, because then you're more likely to get scarring, and scarring is just like a whole nother story. So obviously there's some other like diet related things. So cutting out like packaged food was a big one for me, eating a lot more whole foods, lots of healthy fats like omega-3s, so like your salmon, your good oils like your olive oil, your avocado oil, all of those things. Just trying to eat a really nutrient dense diet and cut out a lot of the refined sugars. And also having a healthy gut is a big one. So if your gut is really out of balance, it can cause breakouts in your skin, because breakouts are basically inflammation of the skin. So if your gut is like inflamed and you don't have a lot of good gut bacteria, it can cause acne and breakouts. So you want to get your gut in a good check. Probiotic is a really great place to start. So you can get like any brand, any good quality brand. You want to get one that needs to be kept in the fridge, because that's how you know that the good bacteria is still alive. Also stress, obviously stress sometimes can't be controlled, but it can be managed. So doing a lot of mindfulness, a lot of self-care, exercising, eating well, all of that can help reduce stress, which can help reduce acne, because I know when I'm going through a lot of stress, I can break out. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going through a really stressful time. Just make the effort to do some self-care to help yourself. But I feel like that is kind of everything, like the main sort of things about how I cleared my skin. And like I said, I am gonna do my morning and night skincare routine for the next video, so I'll show you guys every single product that I use and like what really helped for my skin. Before jumping on medications, again, there isn't anything wrong with getting on Roaccutane or the pill. I would like highly recommend not doing that. at least until you've tried doing it naturally. I wish someone would have told me I could have tried natural things before getting on the pill, because it honestly stuffed up so many things that I could have prevented by just trying it naturally. So like I said, at least give these things a go, do some research, try these out, and if it still hasn't worked for you, then by all means, like, get on the medication. I know how it feels to have acne. It really takes a hit on your confidence, and I know you just want to like put a bunch of makeup on and hide it, but it's your body showing you that it's like inflamed and something isn't right. So I just think the best thing you can do is just trying out as much as you can naturally, and yeah, seeing how that helps, just seeing what works for you and doing a lot of research. So that is pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed and you got something out of this. Definitely give these tips a try, see what works for you. I really hope that this has helped someone. Comment down below if you've got anything helpful out of this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.